My name's Jay and welcome to the channel and welcome to this $20 ride. I'm not going to waste any more time, going to get straight on the road. Got a long way to go today and it's going to get hot. Yeah, this is seriously wet, this is seriously muddy. Hope this is not too deep. Yeah, this is monsoon season, it's pretty bad. I couldn't get the traction to get through here. Oh dear, dear, dear. Okay, I'm going to walk. These are pretty muddy conditions. I've only just set off, not really what I wanted because I've got about another 100 k's to go. It's monsoon season at the moment. I can expect a lot of water on the roads. I have changed my route. I've been on this one before actually, and I did about 160 k's on that occasion to go straight into Buriram, but yeah, I think it's going to be a bit tough today. So what's this $20 bike packing trip all about? Well, what it's about is my $20 setup that I've already released a video on last week. You can see that if you click on the card above my head right now, and I'm going to expand on that theme because I'm not going to spend more than $20 in food, entertainment, miscellaneous, anything like that in any one day, and also no more than $20 on accommodation, which here in Thailand it's actually going to be quite easy. So stick with me, hopefully the going will get a little bit easier and I'll speak to you very soon. I said I'm going to speak to you very soon. It's about 20 seconds. The mud is so soft, even with these thick tyres, I can get zero traction. It's going to be walking, I'm afraid. This is really bad, a couple of k's out from where I live and exactly what I didn't want. The bike's filthy, I'm filthy, and I've still got about 95 k's to go. Very annoying. This looks so familiar. I think I've been down here before. I can remember all these statues on the plinths. I think you come up to a temple here. I might be wrong. The wind's picking up now. I think it's going to rain very soon. Oh, here's the temple, yeah. Okay, yeah, I have been here before. Very nice. I'm in the middle of the Thai countryside on day one of a back-to-back overnight bikepacking trip. What I want to do when I find a decent spot is to stop and just show you what I typically take in terms of bikepacking equipment for an overnighter. I hope to stop quite soon because it is monsoon season. It's going to rain, and if I don't do this within the next 10 minutes I'm probably not going to be able to. So I'll speak to you very, very soon. This is a nice quiet spot to show you my overnight bikepacking equipment carry. Not the perfect place, but it's in the shade and somewhere to leave my bike. So I think what I'll do is start with the absolute essentials, and for me the number one essential is water. I've got two cages here, a bottle here and one here. There's about 600 mils of water in each. I've just finished a bottle and thrown that away, so usually I'd have two down there, one here. That gives me a capacity of close to 2 litres. While we're at the top, in these kettle bags, the one here, that's where I put my GoPro. These bags, you can buy them, I think I bought them for £6 in the UK from Decathlon, but Amazon and eBay, yeah, they're your friend, they're not expensive. Okay, so that's water. The next most important thing, I think, is this fella, which is the pump. Now, I've got a Topeak Mini Morph, which I think is a great pump. I'll take it off. There we go, a bit muddy. Now, what I like about this pump is that you've got this little thing here, so you can put your foot on it, you hold on to the handle, and then off you go. It's pretty good. It comes with a gauge as well, which frankly is absolutely useless, but never mind. So that's the pump. Before I continue, I have to tell you that the setup I'm using, it's super cheap, deliberately so. The video I'm making over the next 2 days is all about making a cheap bike packing setup. It doesn't change at all the bike packing equipment I brought with me, but the bag and the whole setup I have, it really does look a bit cheap, because it is. I'll just show you that to you quickly. Basically, all I did was bring a rack out. These you can get for $20. This is a more expensive one, and this old worn out rucksack. And because it's actually rainy season, I brought a couple of garden bags, one to put under the seat and another one that I can wrap the bag in if things do get wet and the monsoons open up, which I think they will. I'm now going to take the bag off the rack, so just pretend it's an Apidura wonderful bike packing bag, but otherwise, as I said before, everything I'd have in the bag would be pretty much the same for an overnight or a 2 or 3 night bike packing trip. The first thing you can see is I've brought a lock. Now, it's more of a deterrent than anything. It's not a great one, but it'll just deter thieves, more like the opportunist thief rather than a determined one. But I've got it there nevertheless. Other essentials here for Thailand: suntan cream and also electrolytes. You really do need those here. It's easy to get dehydrated, and these things are actually really good. Get them from 7-Eleven. See how bad this bag is. Okay, in this less than pristine pocket, ignore the bungee and the garden bag. I normally wouldn't have those, that's just for this cheap setup. But what I have here is my toolkit. I just put that in a simple pencil case to keep everything together. I'm not going to go into what's in here today. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but it's all the normal kind of stuff: puncture repair kit, hex keys, sealants, all those kind of things. Just before I go into the main compartment, you've probably guessed already, this is not a camping setup. There's not enough equipment obviously on the bike for that. If it was going to be a camping setup, then I'd keep it really simple. I'd just have the tent, a pad and a sleeping bag, maybe a pillow, and that would be it. If I was going to cook as well, and I rarely do that, then I have got a tiny little stove and canister, and I could take that with a little pot and pan set I have as well, but that's very rare for me. I very rarely cook when I'm actually out bike packing. Okay, let's get into this main compartment and see what clothes and bits and pieces I carry for a overnight bike packing trip. First thing there, I've got a bit of food with me, a bit of space. A wash bag. Again, I've used a pencil case, and I actually find that's a really good thing to do. I'm going to open it up and show a few of the things I really do think you should take. Possibly the most important, you need a toothbrush and you need some toothpaste. I also think that a little bit of deodorant goes a long way. If you're really smelling, people probably won't want to talk to you, so I always bring some deodorant. I also bring a few pieces of medication that I might need, but this is for 2 days, just things that I might need, but I probably won't. Don't overdo it, you don't need to take much. Other things, antiseptic cream, and one of those is for mosquito bites. The final thing I think you should take everywhere, and I mean everywhere, when you're going to be staying overnight somewhere away from the house, and that's these fellas, earplugs. You can't guarantee where you're going to be is going to be quiet. It's no good getting upset about it. You could end up in a hotel that's got construction early in the morning, noisy neighbours, whatever they are, but if you put these in, it'll cut out 90% of the noise. You'll have a good night's sleep, and when you're bike packing, that's really important. So I'm going to say, along with the toothbrush, these little fellas, so important. The only other things I've got in here, one pair of spare shorts, 2 t-shirts, a couple of pair of socks, and at this time of the year, what I think is really important, and that's like a poncho. Now, I do have like a high-vis waterproof jacket and leggings, but because I'm in Thailand, it's very hot, very humid. If you put those on, you sweat so much. These things will give you plenty of air. The sleeves down the side, it will keep you dry pretty much even in monsoons. So I think this is a better option. A poncho, when you're in somewhere hot and humid, I think it's much better than a separate jacket and leggings. Obviously, if you're in colder climates, poncho's probably not going to be much use to you at all, and then I would go down the option of a separate jacket and leggings. One last thing I forgot about in the bag, and that's muesli. There's a couple of days worth in there. This can really get you out of a sticky situation if you can't find food, because just stick some water with that and it'll keep you going for a good few hours, and it's quite small to carry. I'll put a little plastic spork in there as well. Back to the cockpit again. I have a Garmin. I absolutely love this thing. The reason I really like it is because not only the battery life, but here in Thailand you can have problems with the mounted phone because it's so hot that your phone might shut off because of the heat. With the Garmin, that never happens. And also the battery life, with 12-14 hours, you can stick it on there all day and don't have to worry about it. I've got a phone in my pocket. I count that as another piece of very important equipment. And lastly, I can't remember what I have in here. Oh yeah, I've got my passport. We have to carry that all the time when we're in Thailand. I've got my credit card, some lip salve, headphones, which I very rarely use, and some wipes, which can be actually quite handy. So there you have it, guys. That's my overnight bike packing equipment carry. Not a lot there, but frankly you don't need to take a lot. Just the bare essentials, it's fine, especially if you're not going into the wilderness. I'd say the further you go and the more into the wild you go, the more equipment you need. Here in Thailand it is a little bit easier because of the weather, so I don't need to take any extra clothing. It's just going to be hot and more hot, and that's it. Obviously if you're in Europe or maybe in North America, you're going to have very different priorities in terms of what clothing you carry, but I'm just showing what I take with me here in Thailand when I go away for 1, 2, 3 nights. This road is just about perfect. You don't get roads usually that are so smooth in rural Thailand in the middle of nowhere. I hope it lasts. All the rice fields flooded, so you can tell monsoon's with us well and truly. That's good for the farmers. Hopefully they'll get a good crop. These ones here all looking good. Thai farmers could do with a bit of good luck. Oh, been a tough old day today. Getting really tired. Getting towards Narong. That'll have been about 95, 100 k's. Not spent very much money from this morning. In 5-6 hours I've spent $1, 2 bottles of water and a can of Coke, and that's it. So $19 left to spend. That's going to be easy. Not booked any accommodation, but there's plenty in Narong. Looking forward to having a coffee and something to eat. I've had a sandwich on the way and an apple, but yeah, it's been about 5 hours, 6 hours on the road. Getting very hungry. Oh. I'm in Narong now, near the end of the ride for today. It's been really tough. Last 20 kilometers, really rough roads. Nice, but yeah, tough. Temperature's not helping either. It's 37 degrees. I feel pretty burnt. A little bit dehydrated though. I've drank quite a lot today. Okay, this is the place I want to stay. I think I'm going to be able to get a good deal here. It's so cool. I've seen offers before at $20, so I'm fingers crossed. So cool, grand. I'll let me stay for $20. It's a bit of a push. I think the normal price is $30. I've got a pool and all sorts of things going on, but I'm going to get something to eat first and then I'll go and check. This is a So Cool Grand Hotel. Great little place. It's got a cafe where you can get coffees, drinks and food. I'm going to go in there later. It's also got a fitness centre, which is fantastic. I'm not going to use that, but not only has it got a fitness centre, it's got a great swimming pool, and I am going to use that. That's just straight in front of us behind the wall. Beautiful hotel inside as well for $20. Absolutely incredible. Except unfortunately it's not it's not $20, it's $27. It's a bit over budget, I know, but tomorrow I'm staying in a $13 hotel, so I think it balances out. I'm still on this $20 ride kind of thing. Just put the camera over. Just going to go back to the room, put on my cycling shorts. I'm going to swim in those, just as good. Okay, I'll go inside and show you what it's like. Swaddy cab. Luckily it does have a very big lift, so it's quite easy to get my bike into the room, which is great. I did ask them and they said no problem, put the bike in the room. I do always ask. Hopefully you can see the pool there. I mean, even at $27, this is a great deal really. I wonder how much this would cost you in America or the UK. Okay, so this is the room. Nice bathroom. Pretty spacious. I checked in about 2-3 hours ago. I've had a sleep, so I'm really tired, and I've got a little bit of a heat rash. so the swim will hopefully cool that down a little bit. But before I go for my swim, I have a problem with my shoes. I didn't even think about this. I really should have done. Probably look a bit orange there. But my left shoe, the sole is coming away. I've got some super glue. I've been to the shop already. I'm going to glue that up. Hopefully it'll be good enough to get me back to Karat. So here's the super glue. I'm going to get busy. Okay, I've got my towel. Gym through there, but I think I've had enough today. Don't want to use that. And here we go. Shoes off. I actually came here earlier to test the temperature of the water, and it's really nice. So that looks really cool. I mean, yeah, I'm getting a lot of value here. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down and take a dip, see if that cools me down a little bit. For those of you with the delicate disposition, I'd suggest you turn away now, because I'm about to show you my heat rash, and believe me, it's not pretty. There we are. It's not only not pretty, it's actually quite painful as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. Don't know if I can ride tomorrow or not. I'll have to assess it in the morning. I don't want to get it to the point where I get heat stroke because of the heat rash. So I'm going to do a bit of research on the internet, see what they say, and I'll just make a decision tomorrow. Dubai So Cool Hotel in Narang. Great place. If you're coming to Narang, definitely recommend it. So setting off on day 2 of this $20 tour, and I'm going to go straight to 7-Eleven because now the sole on my right shoe is coming away and I need to repair it. Oh my god. Into 7-Eleven and get some super glue. Super glued the left one up last night, and that's coming away again, and now the right one, wow, yeah, that needs repairing as well. Using proper glue for shoes this time, hopefully that worked better than the super glue. Let's get these fixed up and get on the road. As well as my shoes falling apart, bag is badly damaged as well, that's falling apart. Moral of the story, don't grab things out of the cupboard after 8, 9, 10 years when you live in Thailand or live in a hot country, because they do start to disintegrate after a while. Lesson learned, I should know better. Okay, hopefully the shoes are alright now. I'll go and check on them and I'll get going. A couple of two-wheeled fellow riders. Got a little smile there. Okay, this is 8:30 in the morning, rush hour in deepest Thailand. Wow, this beats riding around the M25 of London or going into Los Angeles on your commute, that's for sure. Today I think it's going to be a lot of sealed roads. Quite shortly I'm going to come to a dual carriageway which I have to take for the last 30 k's into Buriram, so I think there'll be kind of minimal filming. I like riding on this kind of road, it's great, but it's not as picturesque as going through single track dirt roads. However, yesterday was pretty tough, so I'm actually quite pleased to have an easier day. In fact, yesterday was super tough. A lot of headwind, very boggy ground, and it was so hot, it got to 37 degrees and I got a heat rash again. It was quite painful, so it's nice to have some cooler weather today. The ride today has been so different to yesterday. Hardly a thing on the road. One or two motorbikes, that's been pretty much it. Whoa, so much easier today, so much easier. I've only got about another 10 kilometres. I'm onto the dual carriageway that takes me into Buriram. It's been a kind of fun but uneventful ride because it's just been 50 kilometres of, well, this basically. I'm not complaining, but not too much to really video or show, but hey, never mind. I'll take it over yesterday. Temperatures around 27, 28 today. They were 37, 38 yesterday. So hot, so hot. There you go. Oh, there's going to be another one. Wow, so busy. And that'll probably be it for 5 minutes. I hit the main road in about 100 metres and there'll be nothing really to see till I get to Buriram. So I'll speak to you when I get there. Well, this is good. I got to Buriram. I managed to escape the rain. I'm staying at the B2 Boutique budget hotel. Stayed here before. Only $13, so I kept the budget intact for only spending $20 a day, which is great. Spent $19 on food and bits and pieces yesterday. Plenty of cash still in the bank. So yeah, this really is going to be a $20 tour. All to do now is check in, get myself sorted out, and I'll see you tomorrow either on the train or back in the garden, and I'll give a bit of a roundup of what's gone on over the last 2 days. Well, that was a lot of fun. It really was. And I think what it's shown is that you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a great time bikepacking. It's great to have all the gear, but if you only have a small amount of money, get yourself a rack, use an old backpack, and away you go. Now, I did the whole trip for $20 a night and $20 in the daytime for food and entertainment. I know if you don't live somewhere like Thailand, it's going to be more expensive, but you can still cut down those costs by camping. Just get your tent, your mat, your sleeping bag, put them on the back here. That'll cut down the costs, and also of course you can take your own food as well, and that'll also contain the costs. Well, that's all for now. It's been a fantastic 2 days, it really has. I hope you've enjoyed coming with me on the trip. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.